I just wanna see the light. I just wanna see the light.
So right now we're heading down to Ken Watson's Fab Star Performance fabrication. It's an exciting day because these are some of the first updates that the car has seen since 2018. 2017, 2018. Started rounding up everything for the LS swap. There's a Ls2000 430 crate, T56 trans out of Rome, New York, some part out shop. Got a tweaked performance harness, the works. It had Putty Mod Stage 2 diff with a 390 in it. It was a lot of fun. I drove around like that daily for 3 years in Midwest Kansas. It was great. I drove across country. I drove to Colorado. I drove to Texas numerous times. I drove to Alabama. And then from Alabama I went to Destin, Florida on the weekends for almost 2 months. I drove it everywhere. Driven it everywhere. I drove it to New York twice. Fun. A lot of fun. And the LS swap is it's like no other in the F2000. People ask what you take away from the car. It's really nothing. The only thing you add to it is the T56 in a stock form from a 98 to a 02 Camaro it's kind of clunky. So that's what you take away from the Honda is, a smooth, buttery shift, state-of-the-art transmission to, I don't know what I'm getting, and it really needs Magnum. So if you're on the road for an LS swap and an S2000, I'd say just spend that extra money for, a Magnum T56 or T Performance. That's what this will be getting is a T56 drag race transmission, dog based, the works, billet base, pump and everything. But the next evolution of this car is what we're about to go see, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. And it's been a minute. I haven't seen my baby in a while, so this is a fun little adventure we're going to see. It's gonna be wild. What's up next, though? What's happening? Well, the car is getting caged. 850 serve. Curvy seats. A solid fab 9-inch, 9-inch rear end. Chrome molly this, chrome molly that, chrome molly cage. 35 spline. We're gonna start with wanted to start at a 373, but I found a really good deal on a third member for $300. I have a race car with a 360 in it, so the only downfall is it does have a spool, but we're gonna check this out and see how I like it. I believe if after running it with a 360 in it, we could either go lower on how much power it has, or we could go up to a 373, which was my original idea. Not a big deal. Drag pack's going on there. It's the Weld S2000 spec. I think they're 15 by 10. We're gonna go with a 94, 98 Garrett. Really need to nail down the trims on the ARs of what I'm gonna do with that. But big single, long primaries, poly high ram with a 1600 horsepower intercooler in it, air to water. Really excited. It's gonna be fun, and I've wrenched on this car since day one. I bought it in 2016, December 2016, in Hawaii. Well, when I was stationed there. I just got done building a 5th gen Prelude, high comp, naturally aspirated, put down good numbers, but it was just way too much money for 230 and 170 wheel torque. Great little car, but my first taste of some power, some actual little bit of NA power in the 5th gen Prelude was fun. So I upgraded. I sold the Prelude and I went and bought off the lot 65,000 miles on a Grand Prix white Honda S2000 2007 red and black interior. Great car. First car I actually ever had on coilovers. It was a lot of fun. And almost within 5 months, I was turboed with a Science of Speed Quick Scroll Max turbocharger, and that really gave me that initial torque. That was it made 420 wheel horsepower, but man, the torque would kick in at 2,800 RPMs and would go all the way to 8. It was just 300 wheel torque like that. Twin scroll GT 3582R. It was a lot of fun. Right off, light to light, it was insane. Fun car. Later on, I had a lot of fun with that, but later on, I wanted my cake and eat it too. So I bought a full-blown motorsports V2 with a Gen 2 GT 3582R Garrett turbo T4 single scroll, and that was a rocket ship. It was definitely an upgrade. I made 480, 490 with 343 wheel torque. The boost didn't kick in until it was 5,000 RPM. It was great. It was a rocket ship though. It was a lot of fun. I was on that for a little while. I PCS'd to Riley. I actually picked the car up in San Diego. Drove that cross country. I think by the time I got to Riley, I had 30,000 miles total boosted on the AP2 or the F22 engine. And I was 2 weeks out from deploying on a rotation to Germany, and my engine, cylinder 4, lost oil control, and it was knocking real bad. It was smoking out the catch cans, smoking bad out the exhaust. So I started tearing it out, and I said, you know what? I originally liked the SOS Twin Scroll Max. I liked all that torque. I said, what am I doing with a 4-cylinder, and I want torque. So instead of rebuilding the engine and just capitalizing on a SOS and trying to find another kit to buy, Science of Speed kit to buy, I just dug in and started researching on the LS swap. I spent 9 months in Germany researching, buying, setting things up, and the car sat without an engine, no transmission, nothing. During that time, I got the crate engine. The guy in Tennessee had a bunch of them. I got the drive shaft, the harness, the PCM, the pedal, all that, drive-by-wire. It was great. It was a fun time. When I got back in the Army, usually as soon as you get back from a deployment, they give you that time to spend with your family and stuff. So I went on block leave about a month later, and I started the swap. I dug in, and I didn't eat or sleep really. And 24 days, 22 days, something like that, I had an LS swap Honda S2000. It was great. It was a fun time. That was in July of 2018. And I drove it like that for 3 years. I needed a pull-up resistor for the tach. That was about it. I had a couple things I had to work out with the harness, but all in all, it was a great, reliable car. I had a 450 already in the Walbro 450 already in the tank. I already had a Science of Speed hard pump wire kit in it. I put a C5 vet regulator filter in there, and then redid the lines. What else? Polycast block hugger, 2.5-inch primary manifolds, and then I ran it to 2.5-inch all the way back straight pipe with an X. A couple mufflers, and I mocked up and made my own intake for it. I used X Performance LS swap mounts, X Performance trans mount. With the front mounts, use the lower Hasport S2000 engine mount, so those bolt right up to that. A few other upgrades here and there. I didn't necessarily like the fan control, so I ended up getting a Chase Bays standalone fan control unit where you just put the thermal switch in the radiator and it kicks on and off for you. All you need is ground and power. And that's a great thing to have because it's kind of separate from your PCM and everything else. But I could have gone drive-by cable if I was an EP1. I could have gone, I was already EP2, so what I did with the S2000 pedal is, cut that one out and then just mocked up the Corvette pedal. Just walking all over the place. Just gonna do that. Try to keep it on. And then ran the lines and I had drive-by wire. It was fairly simple. I like to consider myself fairly mechanically inclined. But I honestly think with the right research and the right tools, anyone can really do it. You gotta have a little bit of attention to detail, but considering the VA S2000 Facebook page, anyone on there is willing to help you out. They will, without a doubt, set you in the right direction for what you need. And then there's other companies that can do it for you. I spent a bulk of my money on getting the right parts that I wanted because I knew I was going to tackle the install. Now too is, like I said, we're going to see Ken Watson at Fabstar Performance Fabrication. I know it's not on the chassis table yet. I know we haven't started the rear end yet, but it's exciting stuff. We have started on the cage, and me and him have gone back and forth. We know what we want to do, what he wants to do, and how to do it. I know what I want as a user